Yes, I Sharika Flavor Fusion. Your food are the champion. Welcome to a beautiful place called Flavor Fusion. It's a place where you can relax and have fun with ones and ones. With Caribbean dish, Caribbean spices for everyone. Tell you the truth, me no want the food for done. Me nah lie. Electronic payment by Zelle and even cash app. Sharika Flavor Fusion kitchen at the hot spot. Anytime me day in New York, an hungry bite me have to take a one stop. What? Flavor Fusion, why your food have to so nice? You make the people them have to circle back twice. The pepper tin at the food, but it nice. My lord, my lord, my lord. Give me a little carrot juice, a piece of ice. And if you have a piece of pear, give me a slice. Why your food have to so nice? My lord, my lord.
So today, I'm craving pretzels. Who doesn't love pretzels? My favorite pretzel store is in the Coliseum in Queens, and they closed it. So I've been trying to find a replica of their bread dough. Like, I don't know, but I know I'm through all the pretzel eating, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna figure it out. So here's my dough, my recipe right now. So we're gonna put 1.5 cups of milk. I use room temperature milk. This is basically gonna be like a dump and go kind of thing. I use brown sugar, a tablespoon of brown sugar. You know, the brown sugar helps the yeast to wake up. And I got 2¼ teaspoon of yeast or packet. You know, the instant yeast, and yeah, this is instant yeast. Mix them around for a little bit. Now you can let this sit and bloom for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. When it's blooming, you'll know because you'll start to see it get foamy and it start bubbling. I'm not going to wait for that. I want pretzels now. I want to be done now. So, pardon me. We have here 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1.5 cups of bread flour. And you can do all of this by hand. My hand right now is no good. So this machine helps me out plenty. The machine and Jilla. She'll be back to help me out with rolling the dough after it rises. So add my flour into that. And then after I add my flour, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. I do not sprinkle salt on my pretzels after it's done. I just like it in butter. But I have another idea that I want to try, and I hope it works. Another twist on cinnamon rolls, the pretzel style. Instead of shaking it in the cinnamon sugar, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So we're going to let this machine here we're going to let it do its thing. I got dough flying everywhere. Don't be on the wild side like me. Stop your mixer before you stick this paddle in, okay? Now, I want buttery pretzels. So I'm also going to add 1/4 cup of butter to this. But I want to do it after the dough is formed. So it gives me kind of like a a brioche kind of feel. I experiment. This is how we figure things out. So we're gonna do 4 tablespoons. Make sure your butter is soft to the touch. See, soft. I'm dropping it in a little at a time. Until we get the 4 tablespoons in. Gonna look a little sticky, like it's getting sticky, but not. We'll get it in. I want buttery pretzels. Get a closer look. You want to get all the butter in. And just like that, we're gonna let it go for a little bit longer till it gets a little bit smooth. Get smoother. So now your dough is done. It's nice and soft. So I'm gonna butter the dish. Same bowl I mixed it in. And cover it with saran wrap and wait for it to double in size. That usually take anywhere between like an hour, hour and a half. Sometimes 2 hours, depending on the temperature, how warm your house is. I would personally put it in the oven and turn the light on in the oven. It works beautifully. It's a good way also to bring your butter to room temperature, get your butter softened. So this is after 1 hour rise, and we're gonna put it back in. We're gonna go for the 2 hour. I want my pretzel nice and fluffy and soft inside. We're trying to nail this recipe. So this is the dough after about an hour and 45 minutes. You see it doubled in size. It's gorgeous. And I work smart, not hard. So I saran wrapped my tabletop here, my workspace, where I'm gonna form the pretzels. So we're gonna turn our dough out. It's so pretty and soft.
Where's the water? Oh, okay.
And then we're gonna portion this out.
I'm gonna use this on Monday.
So we have our dough. I'm gonna portion this out, but I wanted to try something that I had in my head, like a new reinvented cinnamon roll version. So I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I have about a teaspoon and a half of butter, or half a tablespoon of butter. I have a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon and a teaspoon of maple syrup. And I'm just gonna mush it all together. It fell on my dough. Get it in there. And I'm gonna try this. Jilla, can you get the mozzarella cheese out the fridge? Because I'm also gonna make a pizza pretzel and then the regular pretzel. So,
Wait, that's the cinnamon roll pretzel?
yeah.
Oh, I thought you were making real cinnamon rolls.
So I'm gonna just, portion this off.
One bag, right?
If you want your pretzels thin, make them thin. I'm making mine a little meaty, and you'll see why. So let's hope this version. And you just roll, stretch and roll. Stretch and roll, all at the same time. Now, the way I envision this cinnamon roll pretzel, we're gonna press out our rope here, flatten it, right? Just like so. And I just made enough filling for one, by the way. I wanted something sweet. I wanted a cinnamon roll, but I also wanted a pretzel. So let's see what we got here. See if we're a winner. We're just gonna spread this down on this log here. And I'm pretty sure you know what we're gonna do next, right? We're gonna seal it up. So now, pinch it closed. Pinch it closed, pinch it closed, pinch it closed. Sienna, you want a plain pretzel or you want a pizza pretzel? I'm making a pretzel like a pizza. I think Jill or Adrian. I'm making regular pretzel. And I'm only making one cinnamon pretzel. This is a trial pretzel. Now we pinch this closed. Trying to seal that goo inside. Sealed. Yeah, I just rolled it to I'll be back. Puppies, you guys gotta move. We're gonna bake this at 450. Puppies almost knocked me out. I did not buy no parchment paper. Such suck of me. So we're gonna try this pretzel. I'm gonna bake it for 10 minutes. And I'm gonna drop it in some baking soda. Baking soda water solution. Now the pretzel, may I do that way? It's gonna be a fat boy. And we fix him up. Now this one, I think I want the seam up. Maybe I should do it seam down. You know, I'm kind of skeptical about my filling popping out, but let's hope we got something going on here. Because I know this is going to be good. Trust me. And that's how we form our pretzels. So we put 9 cups of water to boil, and we're going to add a ½ cup of baking soda. We're going to boil the pretzel basically before we put it in the oven. That's what's going to give it that crispy outside and that fluffy inside. So yeah, she wants a cheddar pretzel, so we're going to do it this way. This is when you wish you had some sticks. So we're going to stuff it. I was going to do it the pizza way, but she doesn't want any sauce. Pizza one I would expect, well, I was going to put the sauce and some meat and things in there. But we're going to do it this way. This is like a stuffed crust pizza. And then we're gonna make, I keep saying like, why? We're gonna make some, what do you call them, little dots? Pizza, pretzel bites, there you go. So we do the same. Pinch the dough over the cheese. Seal back the dough up. Just stuffing it. Stuff it. I'm going to do it the slow-mo way of how to make a pretzel shape. Okay? You know how you make a pot boil fast? Put a lid on it. I'm not digging through that right now. It's a million dishes over there that just got washed. If I touch that, I have to pack it away. And right now, I want pretzels. By the time I'm finished forming all of these pretzels, that water would be boiled. So, we're going back down this. Pinching it to make sure. And then if you don't know how to make a pretzel, all you're going to do is make a U, cross, cross, kiss. There you go. Our pretzels are brolic. Yes, this is dinner tonight. Pretzels. We wanted more. You know, you press the ends to seal. Let's make a regular pretzel. Regular pretzel, you just middle to end. I miss my pretzel lady. And I tell you, I used to go to Queens just for a pretzel. I was going to that place since my son was 1 year old. And they closed down, brought tears to my eyes. Annie M's and those pretzel places ain't got nothing on them. My plastic wrap is coming off. Yes, I put that down. It avoids me doing a whole lot of cleanup. Make sure it re-sticks here. So we roll this out in a long rope for pretzel bites, and you just cut.
Are you making the mini ones?
Yeah. Are you gonna make the cheese sauce for us today?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, so we'll be back when Jill is ready to make her sauce. So now we're gonna add a half a cup of baking soda to our water. We got 9 cups of water over here. Hear that fizz? Yeah. And yes, I'm gonna dissolve it. The water is gonna come back white. This is gonna help with the browning of the pretzel and the chewy texture. Don't mind the pups. My dog had puppies. I'll boil this for like 30 seconds. It's the cinnamon sugar one that I'm kind of skeptical about already. So, yeah. We're just gonna go right onto the baking sheet. Ooh. Sorry about that. Just gonna fix him. The cheese. Books. All right. I did not want to use my big oven, but it looks like I'm going to have to. So, My cinnamon roll pretzel kind of exploded, but it's totally fine. I'll fix it the next time. That's what experiments is about. We learn as we go. Next time, I don't think I'm going to put the maple syrup in there because you know the maple syrup keeps it a little bit more liquid. So I had some cream cheese frosting left over from a carrot cake I made. That recipe will be on here pretty soon. This is what made me want to do a cinnamon roll. So this is what our cinnamon roll pretzel came out like. Pretty sure it's much more tasty. So our pretzels just came out. Our cheese guy exploded a little right there, but I'm sure it's delicious. Now we're just gonna brush it with some butter. And there you have it. Some yummy buttery pretzels. We don't put salt on ours. You may sprinkle pretzel salt on yours. Thank you for joining us. Come back for the next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.